All right, guys, what's going on? It's Robert with Optimal Lawn Maintenance here in Southeast Wisconsin. Today, I'm just getting some stuff ready and changed over. Get the grandstand with the mulch bucket on, put the bagger on, move some stuff around, put the snow blowers back. But primarily, what this video is going to be for is relocating the tailgate camera to right above the license plate. I'm going to just show you guys how to do it. So I've got this 3D printed mount that I got from a guy on the Ford forums. It goes right here. And then I've got an extended coax cable for the camera itself. It's just from Amazon. It's the Fakara Z female to female vehicle antenna extension. I don't know if I actually need the extension or not, because I think that's more for like if I had a camper that I was going to be putting on top here. But I have or I should say if I was going to put the camera like up on top, but I've got the easy dumper, which goes right here. So we'll see what I have and what I need. But I forgot my camera today, so I'm just using my phone. We'll see how that works. But I'm going to take and harvest the camera out of here. I think by having the cable, I won't need to actually cut the coax cable out of this, which would be nice. So I'm just going to open up the back. It's a T25 bit is what I'm going to use for that. So to take your tailgate off, this connection rotates. There's a little open spot, and then you slide the tailgate out of the passenger side and pull it away from the knob on the driver's side. And then underneath, what you're going to do is you'll have three plugs. You have three plugs that your tailgate is connected into. The camera coax is up here, right under, or right behind the bumper, behind the driver's side of the spare tire. And then you'll have two connections here that the tailgate is connected to. And then inside of your glove box, you should have caps. These are just dead caps that protect these connections from getting grime in them. All right, so it's just 8 screws to get this panel off the tailgate. And then here is the camera that feeds into the front. I got to figure out how to actually get the camera out, but this will be the plug that we're going to undo. And then this will plug into that extension that I have. And we should be good to go once I get the camera into the housing. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think this whole housing may be held on by these two nuts and bolts. So I'm going to try that before I pull all the trim off, because it's kind of cold out. I don't want to break anything. So I'm going to try that, and I'll check back in with you guys. All right, so I'm looking a little bit more, and I've got this pocket in here with a plastic insert and some clips for the tailgate step to sit into. So I'm going to pull that out and see what I can see as far as what might be holding the actual camera and this plastic housing onto the back of the tailgate. All right, so I got this plastic thing out of right here where the step goes. When the tailgate step retracts, and it looks like it's a bunch of clips and these two nuts that are going to hold the camera housing in. So we'll start working on that. This thing was a pain to get out. It's got a bunch of clips on it, and it really just had to force it out, pry it out. So hopefully the camera's a little easier. All right, so I got this plastic thing out of right here where the step goes. When the tailgate step retracts, and it looks like it's a bunch of clips and these two nuts that are going to hold the camera housing in. So we'll start working on that. This thing was a pain to get out. It's got a bunch of clips on it, and it really just had to force it out, pry it out. So hopefully the camera's a little easier. All right, so these blue things here, there's 3 of them. One pops into here, These other two hold on to the tailgate releases that are on the latch. Here's the third one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs hold this housing on. So now I can get the camera out of here and put it into my 3D printed housing. Use the cable. We should be good to go. I don't think from here it'll be too difficult. All right, guys, so this is the camera and tailgate release housing. The camera itself is clipped into this, which slides in and then screws in with a T15 nut. So I just disconnected this, and now I've got the camera itself. Here's the actual part number for those of you that want. You can just order this. I've heard that you need to be careful ordering it on eBay because even though they come with the Ford Motor Company and QR code label and in Ford OEM boxes, they still are knockoffs. So let's get this hooked up and we'll test it out. All right, so this is the truck side coax cable plug for the camera. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't know if it's going to be long enough, but I'm going to try to use this out of the tailgate to just run up from here to the top of the bumper and then out to the camera. I'm probably going to be like 3 inches too short, and I'm going to have to use a 7-foot cable and just zip tie it up. But we're going to try that out, and if it works, I'll be back with it. So this is the housing itself. It's got six bolts that come in here, comes apart. There's room for the camera cable to come in here, and then it sits. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the guy made a specific housing for this camera with a CAD system. So I'm gonna get the camera put in here. It looks like I will have enough cable to actually use the shorter one, which will be nice. And I won't have a bunch of stuff dangling down and more cable to zip tie. So I'm gonna put the camera in here, hook it up, and then I'll be back when I test it out. All right, change of plans. I am gonna use the cable that I got because this is 3D printed to seat the female connector on both sides. And the Ford one is just, it's too wide. It's too thick, so I'll just be using this. We'll zip tie the cable back here under the bumper, and that's it. All right, so we haven't tightened it down completely, but test fitting it. This is how the camera will mount. And then if you come under here, this is how it connects. To tighten up these, square up these cables, but so I'm gonna get in the truck. I'm gonna try, see if the camera works or not. Unless the cable's bad, there's no reason this shouldn't work. So we'll get the truck turned on. Get this fine Ford sync system. Good to go. Nice. All right, we have cameras. Remember from my other video that didn't work. Throw it in reverse. Awesome. Awesome. That's going to be great. All right, well, I'm just going to get the camera housing, the rest of the screws in there, get it mounted up to the rear license plate. I'll show you guys what it looks like on the final, I guess, the final finish, how it'll sit, how it'll look with the dump insert, and then I got some other stuff to do. I got a mulch job to get done today. So we're all hooked up, and the extra cabling is zip tied off. So this is nice and secure on here. All my cameras are back. The bricking is done. Here's the final look under here. But that is the camera relocation for a 2023 F-250 with the tailgate removed and the camera's bricking. That's how you can work around that. Another workaround is to buy a camera from Camera Source with the coax cable and their own housing and their own camera, and it's like $400 and some. So all I did was harvest the camera from the tailgate, which I'm not going to use anymore, and put it into this $45 3D printed one. So if anything goes wrong with it over the season, I'll update and let you know, but all the feedback I've heard has been really good. Thanks for checking out this video. If you guys enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, if you like this content, please like the video and feel free to subscribe to my channel. That really helps me and motivates me to make more videos for you guys, especially with the season coming up here. We're about to go head first into the spring rush. And as we speak today, I've got a mulch job to do this afternoon and then another 10-yard mulch job to do tomorrow. So thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you guys on the next one.